Hey guys, I wanted to show you a quick video of my current setup. I've actually been using Claude Code for, I'll say, 8, 10 months now. Um, but yeah, I really haven't gotten into skills uh, using agents too much. I haven't really seen a place where it's super helpful. But I want to show you what I have right now. I've spent a little bit of time more recently, um, yeah, building this out. So whenever I ask a question, hey, help me build an application. For example, I'm just trying to prompt it so that um, I get an intake questionnaire. So I have a hook basically that whenever I create a new directory and I run Claude for the first time, it asks me an intake questionnaire. So we know how to set up the file. So here, for example, it's asking, okay, is this an application? Is this a library, an organizational folder? And so here I'm going to build an application, right? So I would say application. Cool. And then it's going to ask, a few more questions here. Okay, is it personal or client work? This is personal, right? I'm making this video. And this is all done through Claude hooks. Um, and I always choose Greenfield typically, but in case it's not, I have the other options there. And then I had it ask this particular question. All right, so this question is basically asking, do you want an MVP or do you need something that is a lot more thorough? What I've typically run into are some applications that just need, uh, something very fast, as opposed to something that needs to be thorough to actually start onboarding users as quickly as possible, which is heavily dependent on how it's architected. So when I choose thorough, um, it's going to ask a lot more questions. It's going to test a lot of what it's doing, as opposed to fast, where it's just, hey, can we get something that looks good, basically. So for this, I'll just choose fast, just so we're going through the questions. Cool. And now it has a Claude MD that has been created, so that show the Claude MD text, so that we can, actually see what the context is for Claude. Because again, the Claude MD file is sort of the directions, if you will, that Claude Code will use when you run Claude within a particular directory. So obviously this is extremely simple. Didn't address per se why I haven't used a lot of the Claude maybe features. I think that what I've found as someone who's experienced building applications, um, that a lot of these delegation tools are separating me too far from the actual work, and I think that the assumptions that AI makes, or has made, at least in that previous time period that we've been in. Now that there's Opus 4.7, I feel like I have to. I'm always reevaluating as new models come out and them making slight changes. But for the vast majority of these features, my skill set has been, uh, yeah, I didn't want to necessarily delegate that skill set. I know a bunch of people were like, oh my gosh, like you can delegate a lot of work to agents. And I've tried agents, and the agents make a bunch of assumptions, and therefore, I have a really bad application in the end. Um, yeah, anyway, that's some back end there. And I think, just so you guys know how I built sort of this setup. Um, I just had like a quick moment in between coding sessions where I just opened a new terminal window and just had Claude sort of coach me through how to use it best. So for now, this is my setup. I really just set it up, so I'll be covering how it goes over the next couple weeks as I'm using this new setup where I always start a new project, a new folder, a new directory with a Claude MD file that helps inform how Claude is interacting, or building the code that I'm interested in it building.